What's up, guys? Welcome to the review of Justice League War. You saw my unboxing on the video, and now we're going to watch the review of the video. And I gotta say, this is a pretty great movie. I mean, like, I was at my trailer one time. I was at my trailer last week watching this, during the first week of Saturday and Sunday after my school ended for summer, and I watched this like 6 times. I'm not even joking. And geez, only the first couple days I only watched it in 3 times. But yeah, but keep in mind, guys, this video will have spoilers from the movie, and it will also have spoilers from the We'll also have spoilers from the comic book that it was. I'm trying to fix this up. It will also have spoilers from the comic book it was based off, the New 52 Justice League Origins run. So yeah, this will be a spoiler for both the movie and the comic book. So if you don't want spoilers, click away right now to watch one of my other reviews, or one of my Lego reviews or something like that. So let's begin. The movie starts off it's sort of like a drawing animation of them, a drawing animation of the Warner Bros. Logo and DC Comics, and showing panels from the actual comic. But so that's pretty cool. Then it shows the title Justice League War. Now, it does show the news report about a mysterious figure grabbing people off the streets in Gotham, and people are thinking that's Batman, and they're like, kids are saying that he's gonna suck your blood and stuff. So yeah. Afterwards, a woman gets picked off the street, and Green Lantern comes in to save the day, and yeah, Green Lantern's suit does look like his design. Does look like the design in the New 52 right here, but on the shoulder pads here, they're it's lighting up, and on his somewhere on the side here it's lighting up, and the boots are also lighting up. So yeah, it's a pretty. And during that, he saves the woman. She asks her what's it gonna cost, because during this time, spoiler alert, this takes place 5 years where people think and that they didn't call them superheroes. They called them vigilantes. No, actually not vigilantes. They called them superhumans, gods, and are among us basically, and how people can fly, tear through buildings, and other stuff. So yeah, during this also, soon afterward, Green Lantern tries tracking down the monster after saving the girl, but then the monster attacks him, and then afterwards, Mr. Batman here comes in, and his costume is relatively based off his New 52 design, which I really wish I had the action figure of this, of the Jim Lee design. I'll probably get both though, of the Jim Lee and Humberto Ramos design. No, what am I saying? Crap, I forgot the guy's name. I don't think it's no, it's not Humberto Ramos. It's the Scott. No, it's Scott Snyder. Okay, it's the Corvallis design. I'm not sure. I feel bad for getting his name. But yeah, so he asks him what are you doing at the docks and stuff. He then attacks him, and then it's a parademon, which we'll talk about in a second. And then Green Lantern saves Batman's butt and says, "Batman, you're real?" And Batman's complaining, saying, "Turn it off." And he's says stuff "Hey, now turn off the damn light before they see us." And they go "But of course, who sees us?" And the cops are there, and then Batman's telling Green Lantern to go home because Gotham is his turf, and he tells Batman, "No, his entire space sector is my land." Anyways, so afterwards they then keep tracking down the bad guy as he keeps flying everywhere around the city until they finally track him down to the underground, and we get a funny moment that was in the comic. That was where Green Lantern, it's sort of changed up where Green Lantern goes, "I guess someone didn't take their true blood tonight," and he was I'm not a vampire. He was seriously, when I found with the darkness and the vanishings, then what of super strength? And he was no. Then he goes "Can you fly?" "No." "Wait, are you just some guy in a bat costume?" He smiles at him and says, "Are you freaking kidding me?" And yeah, then you add some stuff in there what? No one asked you the proms, now you prance around your parents' basement dressed like a bat? So stuff like that. And he does take away his ring quickly, and Green Lantern takes it back and almost beats him up and says this "Let's rumba, spooky." So they do find the parademon, and when Green Lantern's about to attack him with the arm to bomb, he says for Darkseid, and he blows up, and Green Lantern makes a joke saying, "Darkseid, what's that band?" And it's sort of like The Dark and the Moon. I think was that a band or a song? I forget. Anyway, so actually let me straighten this up a bit. Better. Alright, so basically afterwards they then try to scan. He scans the box, but they have no idea he can't scan it. So and the ring doesn't know what it is. So I mean the Guardians don't know what it is. So they assume it's aliens. So they assume it has something to do with Superman and here. And so they go to Metropolis and go to encounter him. Now after that they immediately go to like building up the story arcs for like all these characters already. And so they immediately have to introduce all of them right quickly. But they sort of do that in like well, not really. Like during that, they introduce Victor Stone, aka Cyborg. Then they go to Metropolis, showing the fight. And then at some point also they do really show Flash. And at some point there's like more stuff with Batman, Lantern, and the other guys. And then Wonder Woman gets introduced, and Aquaman gets introduced. Basically, stuff here and there with Cyborg and stuff. So yeah. So at some point they do show Cyborg win a game, but he's not Cyborg yet. Apparently what they call, actually no, not that doesn't come yet. His father, Silas Stone, is in a trying to study this little box at the Flash problem. Because apparently him and the Flash actually work together, which was not in the comic. And in the comic, Flash is like always everywhere. But in the comic, he can't do squawk, or the police will be on his tail. So yeah. Afterwards, basically, we didn't see the Victor's football game, and then afterwards we actually see the replacement here, Shazam, aka Billy Batson, and he sneaks in. And also let you know, in New 52 they made Billy Batson, let's just say, an ass. They literally did. And he's rude to his foster family. He's always like breaking the rules. So yeah, not like in the pre-52 how he's like a good kid. In the New 52 he's just an ass. So afterward, basically, they call him Victory Stone for some reason, and they think it's clever, and it doesn't really sound clever, or cool for that matter. Shazam at some point, they do win the game, and at some point we didn't get introduced to, setting up a story arc for like Wonder Woman, how people hate her and stuff, and like stuff with like how the president wants to meet with her. It's kind of on how like some people are actually working with these superheroes. Well, of course in the comics Wonder Woman was like under the protection of the government, but she never had to do meetings with the president, and Flash never actually worked with like Silas Stone. So yeah, already we are seeing some bit of changes here and there in the movie itself. But yeah, in other news that happened after that, we then cut to, I believe it was then, we go to, I think it was him. We go to like Victor in the locker room and stuff. Billy comes in, and Victor asks, "Hey, you're my dad's seat," and he says, "Yeah." It doesn't look like he was using it, and he helps him. Tells the guy who's looking for Billy, tells him, "Oops, that he's not here." So yeah. So then Billy starts saying like he's a good cat and stuff. Great game tonight, and says nice to meet you. And leaves and takes his jersey, and yeah. So yeah, steals the jersey. So yeah, you can see he's an ass. So then it cuts to Green Lantern and Batman going back to finally Metropolis, and like Batman then says this, which is actually a new line they added, which is funny, where Batman goes, "Superman's close, I'm tracking him," and Green Lantern goes, "On what? Your own satellite?" And Batman just looks at him and turns away, and goes like, and Green Lantern goes, "I was kidding, you have a satellite?" Which is just awesome and like funny. So Superman comes their way, and Green Lantern, afterwards they find a building Superman crashed through, so Green Lantern puts Batman in a green box and goes inside saying, "Green Lantern's got this, TMZ's got the video." So yeah, then not only in the comic because in the comic, let me actually show this up quickly. Hey, as an image from it. In the comic, I think when Green Lantern goes into the building itself, he immediately gets and you see on this panel right here, he's about to enter on this panel, but then immediately on the next panel gets already punched out. And this he's going in for a big fight already in there. Then gets punched out, and Superman comes in and grabs Batman and says, "So, what can you do?" And of course, I actually do have that action figure of Superman, which is pretty nice. I'll get to reviewing this guy soon when I get all the other figures. So afterwards, Batman has in the comic, it was a short, we never actually got to see the fight, but this time we actually do get to see the fight, which is amazing. So, yeah. it looks pretty cool. Some point Green Lantern comes in and fights him again, and then they start bouncing across the city, and at some point Green Lantern would call in Flash, and he would show up, but that didn't happen in this. So yeah. So now afterwards, basically, the way they think Batman does this to stop him, where he puts out his hand like this, just straight out like that, and basically says, "You don't kill, but you bruise. I mean, you bruise. I think it said you bruise people, but you don't kill, do you, Clark?" And he just stops me. And he goes, "You made your point." And X-Ray his mask and goes, "Bruce Wayne." And then Green Lantern goes, who the hell is Bruce Wayne? So it kind of like ruins like that one scene when like in the comic where like Batman shows who he is to Green Lantern for an expiring speech and stuff. But yeah, afterwards they do all go on the ground, and there's a joke where Green Lantern goes, "Man, what is it with you in sewers?" And afterwards, Batman says they need to figure out what these things are for, and shows an image of Darkseid and talking to, I think it was called Facade, and his name was, and then he says, Facade suggests that they like move up their invasion plans because their heroes are getting aware. So Darkseid then says, "Let the invasion begin." Now, what's on in the trailer they show for it, the commercial for it, really, I mean the trailer, Darkseid talks like this: "Let the invasion begin." But in the movie itself, he talks like this: "Let the invasion begin." Like a really deep voice. That's actually what I imagine Darkseid would talk like. So yeah, so it's kind of odd how that, but I like this voice better. So afterwards, it cuts to Victor and his father again complaining stuff like, and his father says, "Open your eyes, son, and the world, look at the world we're living in, where people can tear through walls, fly, and outrun race cars. They'll make what you do obsolete." And Victor then says, "You're never going to come to one of my games, are you?" And he says, "No." So afterwards, the box starts bleeding. Actually, no, wait. There's a scene with like and at some point afterwards, we get to Batman and Green Lantern and Superman who are in a sewer, and they're trying to figure out what the box is, and Green Lantern's about to smash it open to see what it is. But Batman says it's stupid because we don't know what it is, and Green Lantern says he's paranoid, but then it starts bleeping, and like Green Lantern goes this funny language like I didn't touch it, which is just awesome. Afterwards, in both their location and like where Star Labs is, that they both explode with a portal out, and then basically a bunch of Paradigms come out and they have to fight them all. But when Victor was holding the box and it blasts him, so now his body's like half destroyed. Like so, this arm and this leg behind him here is gone. Like half of his body's like burned and covered in blue stuff. So yeah, afterward basically there's a lot of fighting going on and stuff, and until finally afterwards this is all taken in one shot, where immediately they are going to the Red Room to save Victor's, and they try putting the nanobots in to save him, but then he dies. I'm not even joking. They don't even put the suit on him. They don't even put the robotic suit on him yet. So afterwards, on some point, Wonder Woman talks to a little girl named Hannah. She shows her Hannah shows Wonder Woman what ice cream is, and she asks, "Is it good?" And she says, "It's the best it's the best food in the world, if you ask me." So after that, oops, move my mouse. After that, what was his name? Steve Trevor, that's what it was. Tells her that she needs to come out to the White House for the president and stuff, and tells her that I know where they make the best homemade ice cream in Washington. So he says stuff like that. And afterwards, basically, the Paradigms come in and start attacking, and Wonder Woman gets in combat immediately. And then it cuts to a scene where, like, Silas is sad that his son has died, but now all this blue stuff that has covered Victor is actually now popping out, like grabbing onto the little container Victor's in, which starts putting the machine on him. So really, it's like the energy that's on him is what made his suit. So really, it wasn't them. So then Silas calls the Flash, says they're in trouble. So that's why Victor comes up in this giant suit. That like it's not that covers his entire body, no showing of the skin. So yeah. At some point also, he takes out all the bad guys. Flash does come in. They destroy the mask part, which like the part here, this part of his cybernetic part here, it looks like it's popping out, which I thought was stupid looking. So until finally afterwards, at some point, what happened next? Oh yeah. There's more fighting with Batman, Green Lantern, and Superman hears that the president is over siege and stuff, so he flies off. And then that's this stuff with Victor and his father again. How Victor said, "This is what took you to care about me. Hey, you have to make me one of your experiments." And Flash says, "You need to talk it out, so I'm gonna go." So afterwards, like, he goes Cyborg now, goes to the portal and learns about what happens and about Darkseid and stuff. And oh yeah, I forgot about this part. Oops. At some point, Billy Batson does come back home, and the other kids that live in that house saying we were worried about you and stuff, and they're telling him that this was worse that you were out this late. There's reports of creatures grabbing people off the streets, and Billy goes, "You morons believe that?" And they call him a jerk. So then Billy sees something out the window of a person being taken away, so he goes out there with a baseball bat, and a Parademon is out there about to take him, and he goes, "Come and get some." Shazam, and then he's now Shazam. So at some point during when I was being with Cyborg after closing the portal and him taking the mother box, Shazam comes in and with a couple of Parademons like dead, and like sees and says, "This Vic Stone? What in the hell happened to you?" So stuff like that. Wonder Woman saves the president, and Superman helps save the plane they're on. And immediately there's already a love connection between Superman and Wonder Woman, like just right away. So yeah. Afterwards, basically, Green Lantern and Batman are fighting out in the street, and Flash comes in and helps. And it's a really funny scene, like where when Flash actually does show up, Green Lantern does his weird handshake thing with him, and goes like, "Flash, my man, great to see you." And then he just goes, "Oh yeah, and that's Batman." And he was like, "Batman's real? Yeah, he's over there." And just runs over to him and says, "It's a real honor to meet you, Batman, Sir Batman." And he goes, "Don't bother, the guy's a total tool." And then basically Batman says, I've read your reports in Central City, Flash. You do tight, efficient work." And then Barry just like smiles, like almost like geeking out a bit. And like Green Lantern goes, "Hey Barry, you got something on your face." So yeah. At some point they encounter Wonder Woman, who shows up with more Parademons, and Superman shows up again. And afterwards, basically, what happened? Oh yeah, I remember. Cyborg comes in, accidentally shoots Wonder Woman, and he can't help it, and then, whoa, I just dropped something. I'll get it in a second. So basically afterwards, Shazam comes in, they introduce themselves, and Cyborg tells them about the plans that are going to be coming. So afterwards, I'm gonna be talking while I pick this up. I actually need to. So yeah, basically now what happens, they're trying to figure out what's happening, and what happens then, they see the water on fire, and then a giant tower in a way shows up, and like Darkseid gets revealed, uses his like unibeams, like his laser eyes, and destroys a couple jets. So yeah, he's rude. After that, basically, then they try to fight him. Green Lantern does, but gets his ass kicked immediately because Green Lantern's dumb, doesn't know what to do in this. So he does it a couple times, always keeps getting his ass kicked. And at some point also, like he asks his Wonder Woman, "Is that your boyfriend?" And like, cause she saved her from being like knocked back a bit, and she goes, "No." And he goes like, "Cool, watch this." And goes to him and says this, "Hey, Black Heart of Death Feeder, whatever your World of Warcraft name is, suck on this," and got his ass kicked. And Green Lantern is trying to fight Darkseid again, but then gets his arm broken. Darkseid smashes the ground, and just a bunch of other stuff happens. Like, he chases down Superman and Flash with his lasers, but he gets Superman knocked out. But the process also, they take Superman, and Flash tells them about that. And yeah, the Green Lantern's gonna go after him, puts a cast on his arm, and puts his finger puts his ring on his other finger, and yeah, in the process of doing that, so he calls insults Batman with a really inappropriate word, and tells Green Lantern about his parents and stuff, reveals identity, and yeah, just a bunch of stuff happens since then. And so he tells Green Lantern to inspire the others to help them fight. So yeah, he does. Batman goes to Apocalypse to stop Darkseid, and basically afterwards they have plans to blind him, but Wonder Woman takes charge, and at some point Superman is under mind control right now, which is I'm not sure how, because like he's not unable to be taken under mind control, but whatever. So basically after that so basically after that he does save Superman, even though Superman under mind control somehow kills Facade, which is not good. And yeah, now the team blind both Darkseid's eyes, but he's still standing. So Cyborg decides to use one of the monitor box he took to open a portal to send all of them back to Apocalypse. So he does in the process, but Darkseid's not going anywhere. They have to try and push him into the portal itself. But Cyborg needs more power. So Shazam helps him out by saying, Shazam, give me more power. But Batman and Superman, they all come in to try and take out Darkseid, push him back into the portal, to bring him to Apocalypse. And yeah. They do in the process, and Cyborg then learns that Shazam is Billy Batson, and he asks them, don't tell the others, it's none of their freaking business, and he says we are little secrets. So that's not going to be a good trustworthy in the group now. So afterwards, when the Cyborg shows up again and Shazam disappears, the people start thanking them, and now the president thanks them all and stuff. They say stuff, we're not a team, but they decide to be a team. And of course, Shazam comes up with the name the Super 7, even though in the comic Flash does. And they all complain, they're like, ugh, the Super 7? And they're like, what, you don't like it? And then it shows a drawing image of the group, and yeah. Then there's also an after credit scene of all the fish in the ocean dead, and Ocean Master comes out with holding a guy's body and saying, and the surface dwellers have killed our king. This is an act of war, and they will pay. Which will soon tie into the next movie. Will come after Batman of Saul and Arkham, which will be the Throne of Atlantis storyline, which I think will be terrific. So in overall, the film is pretty good. I give it a good 10 out of 10. And of course there are some problems in it, like even though Shazam replaced Aquaman, I still think Shazam is actually pretty good in this film. Wonder Woman's design of her costume and Cyborg's design of their costume are really bad. The actor of Batman, Jason O'Mara, makes him sound really freaking old. But in some Batman, he sounds actually younger as Batman, but in this, he does not. So those are my only flaws with the film. Overall, I think it's just really great. You should check it out. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Seeing more videos come your way. I'll catch you guys later.